Warning: this podcast may contain adult content or language. It also might contain content that could be seen from others as uncomfortable or upsetting due to personal reasons. If that is the case, then please proceed with caution or stop the video, as we at the table are comfortable in most circumstances. This is a safety blanket meant for all individuals watching these episodes, as it is unclear what story content will be displayed. Hope you enjoy the story.
So what are you gonna do about the rest of us then?
Like a sea hag, but a night hag.
Alright, I'm gonna do a link stab.
Do not cause trouble. This is trouble. I'm about to get bitch slapped by a halfling. Grabs him, pulls out Moon Shadow, and holds it to his neck.
Let's get a busy signal.
So you begin communing.
The ground is eating a troll. I don't like this ground. Oh yeah, I just completely forgot it.
So what do I need to roll?
You can see Rex literally eating his dice.
Yeah!
Use that frying pan as a drying pan.
Rapier stab!
You use your action to cast fly.
Fuck!
I can't.
Convey a message of what the fuck are you saying? Be quiet. I'm gonna tackle that troll and maul it to death, hopefully. I'll observe.
Got disadvantage on it. That's a 2.
You stab the one you were talking to. You hear yes. Those that are looking back, all you hear is no. You look at Ryder, nothing. You look at everyone else, turn back. He has a shovel. Great God's War Call.
I am Zacchaeus Fells, the Tiefling Druid.
Every time.
Flawless timing.
Jacqueline Ashriver, at your service.
Felix Lysander.
Omega Gopher Northstar. Rex Rivers here.
And I am your DM. Welcome back to Misroll Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them. Kinda. That one worked out alright. Before we get into the recap...
Wouldn't have with the first roll.
Yeah, true. Before we go into the recap, I want to reiterate, if you're ever interested in other tabletop RPGs but aren't too sure of what they're like, check out RPGLeague at their landing page, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, because they do reviews on different tabletop RPGs other than Dungeons & Dragons. They do Pathfinder, White Wolf, Star Wars, all kinds of stuff. So check them out. They also do fan-nominated tournaments. If you're ever interested, they have prizes, and they're tons of fun. But you have to be kind of local to do it. So check them out on their landing page at www.rpgleague.com to get more information about that. Now, where last left off, the party had explored the city of Waterdeep to gather more information, searching for Turniston Froust, a.k.a. Karn, a.k.a. Orc Bastard. With that, the party more or less gathered a little bit more information. Jacqueline had purchased a slight enchantment to make a returning deck of cards. Throwing deck of cards. And they figured out where the home was. After some exploring of determining different homes, they came down to 6 in total, went to each individual one, made a list, and then found one person,
Checked it twice.
Extremely old gnomish man who was nearly 300 years old, named Ardric, who explained where Turniston Froust was. And they're now going to Felix's home to relay everything. That's where we last left off. So, the party is essentially going towards Felix's house. If anybody wanted to do anything, otherwise you make it there.
How many hours has it been since, like, how long has it been since,
It's about 1:30 at this point.
I don't know what time it was when she put in her request for...
After breakfast and everything, your thing is probably done by this point.
Okay. Is Felix's house passing the...
It would be the opposite direction.
You can have some gear.
Huh?
Just for the stakeout.
But you don't know where Felix's house is either.
Only right.
Yay.
We can stop there first, and then we'll all together, I guess.
I'll just go after we're done. It's relaying everything shouldn't take too terribly long.
Alright.
Okay. I'll also mention everyone to be quiet. I do have a sleeping roommate. He works night.
So be loud as possible.
Yes. Loud and proud. Large and in charge.
I was ready for Goldberg to say that.
I'm ugly.
Louder.
I'm ugly. Louder.
Okay, whoa.
I think Gopher would probably be the most understanding of him because he works at the dock.
So you guys make it into his home. The interior of it is pretty nice. It has lights up that seem to, like torch sconces that seem to be magically enchanted to continue on with a dimming feature. So they...
I expect to be a lot more messier since you're a researcher.
You also see, working at what looks to be like a desk, she seems to be reading a bit and has basically a pretty large great axe up against the wall next to her. When you open the door, Felix, she looks and then sees far more people now accompanying you than just the elven man, and her face just drops.
May I ask who she is?
Not used to visitors, I see.
Yeah, she's my other roommate.
So
known
many
her
roommates
for
you
quite a long
have.
Just the two. 100.
200.
Yes, magic. We can cram a bunch of rooms into this house. Game roll
Inside.
perception.
I thought the school / orphanage was like a big thing.
I love the name. Can I roll deception to see if I trick him into believing that there's
Sure.
living in this house?
Make an insight check. Is that a natural 20? He's full of shit. he's got two roommates here, not 200 roommates here.
Keep your eye to your research. And shove it.
Oh my
Can I ask
God.
what you rolled?
Like 15, doesn't matter. You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, that's what I rolled.
But
You wasted that natural 20.
so what are you guys doing? The half-elven woman is more or less packing up where she was sitting and is kind of like hiding.
We won't be here long. We just gotta quickly discuss something with your buddy here.
I ignore
No.
her for the most part.
And she leaves the room basically.
Okay. Alright, so
Come on, Felix, start us off.
we
You
found the
slap
house.
him on the back really hard, just 5-star him.
Yes.
Is it him in your print,
It's,
just like
I
Yes.
relay the rough. Okay.
Okay, so now everyone knows basically where Turniston Froust is. The home, where it's at, what the building looked like, and things around it.
Can you describe like the things around the mansion?
Yeah, the
Those owls?
lavish garden was about nearly 30 feet wide and about 50 feet long. So it's a very massive garden. You can also see that across from it, towards the back side of the building, it had what looked to be a small shed. Wasn't locked or anything, but no windows, and you didn't investigate it. You can also see that in that corner as well, there seemed to be like a spire top, almost like a castle's wall type of scenario, like a castle tower. And the rest of the building looked to be red brick, including the spire.
Yeah.
It also had those two garage door looking entrances.
There's any stuff around outside the gate?
Surrounding
the...
Not anything interesting outside of the gate, other than just a few other homes. It's farther away from everyone else, and also the homes themselves that are nearby are pretty much scarce. It's near the outskirts of the entirety of the city.
Okay. So a stakeout might not be an option for this because there's not many spots around the mansion where I can hide. Because unless you guys have some magical powers that helps me.
When he says magical powers that helps him, I will use another second level spell to make him invisible.
Okay.
I'll just poke at him immediately. Just there for like an hour.
I won't tell him, like, why are you poking me?
Yeah, roll wild magic. Do you actually do that?
Yeah.
Okay, roll wild magic.
And my house explodes.
This is gonna be
Campaign
bad.
over.
This is gonna be bad.
You know, you could stop him.
Oh my god. It's a 10.
Alright, well, roll percentage check.
Okay.
You had a chance to stop him, but
Nope.
you choose not to.
There's nothing you can do. It's a fast, instantaneous spell.
Yeah, no.
And also it's a fast, instantaneous, response.
Jake, is this like your second time getting wild magic?
No, not yet.
It's not my
This is the
second.
first wild magic in this session.
I'm like overall, sorry.
21 is that? It's 20 on the percentage dice and 1 on the 10. Is that 21?
What?
He rolled a 21.
Yeah, that's a 21.
Okay.
Alright, no noticeable effect.
Alright.
Oh, I got third eye now.
No. I'll just say it for shits and giggles because it's not going to come into play. Creatures have disadvantage against saving throws against your spells for the next minute.
Oh. Okay.
Would have been super good in combat. Not useful in the slightest here, especially on a spell that doesn't require a saving throw from an ally.
Yeah.
So, mark your second level spell slot.
Yep.
You don't have many of those left.
Yeah, I looked at him like, why are you poking me?
Yeah, and all of a sudden you look up, your hand gone.
What the hell?
And you're invisible.
Please, Satan, this is not me. I didn't do this. Don't reject me.
Do not question our magical abilities to help you disappear.
It also only lasts for an hour.
And also, I didn't know you have this kind of spell.
Henceforth, why I wanted to say wait till later. Discuss where I went, because I went in. I did this to myself.
I also do
I
not
wanted to
dispel
try to keep as
invisibility.
many people
Last an hour.
didn't need to know that as possible.
Why?
Because we were trying to find our enemy.
Okay, now we got 2 people who can turn to invisible
For an hour.
for an hour.
So, not that useful in doing a full-on stakeout.
So we can sneak in if we want to.
You for an
2
hour.
people can sneak in.
So, then what's your idea then? Grab a random piece of paper to make sure everybody else that I'm still here.
I draw a smiley face on it.
Oh god.
Tape it to his face and just a floating smiley face.
Tape doesn't exist in this world. Shush.
So,
Who does?
what are you guys doing?
Gopher's looking around for food in his house.
Okay, yeah, there's a small cabinet nearby that has preserved food in it.
Find some chips.
You're like space
I
palm.
grab the can and just stare at it for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, it looks to be like a can of canned tuna of sorts.
Dude, you like start ripping it open now with your bare hands.
Yeah, I work to open it.
Okay, yeah, you can just make it an athletics check just to see how well it goes.
Hell yeah, let's go.
So like a Popeye
17.
spinach thing.
Easily enough, as you guys are discussing, Gopher steps into the other room towards the kitchen area. You hear... He comes out with a can, and his hand is dug into like the metal portions of it, and just pulled it back by his own hand, and he's just eating pieces of tuna from the can.
I walk back and what do you guys
I
talking
have
about?
a grocery list.
Gotta get some more tuna. That's a couple copper.
Out of my 483.
Believe it or not the weirdest thing he's ever done yet.
So back to the topic. I'm assuming you have a plan then, and let's hear it.
Yeah, we sneak in. There's not a lot of hanging out around there unless you really want to try that.
Shayla pitches in. Well, did you see anyone inside of it? What would
No, but I heard them playing piano.
I'll explain why I didn't answer my knock then.
There's someone there.
Did he say he was getting more guards, or did anyone?
We didn't get that information.
All we know that he's a really good guy. Like, he's a top-notch guy. Like, he's the best blood that you go to, and he will help you out with stuff.
But he's very obviously not for reasons why we're looking for him.
You sure he's part of this cult?
That could be a cover-up.
It could be. He did cover up as to be a god for a fake Grand Maven as well, if he is the same guy.
That's ballsy.
You also, since during the circumstance, you also would know who the Grand Maven is, and they are definitely a head political figure of Waterdeep, who is currently out on an adventure to Neverwinter, not coming from Baldur's Gate.
Oh, well,
So- That's kind of our evidence to say that he's not a nice person.
especially since last I heard, she was north, not south.
I feel like that would have been helpful information.
Damn.
Helpful information before.
If Phoenix was only in the party a while back, not just here.
Also, Jacqueline, mental note, already more useful than Randall.
You already said that last time.
Yeah,
You were immediately when he got rid of the ring, you're like, you have already been more useful than Randall.
Better
So-
first impression.
Rex Fitterer is he's much better than Randall.
Anyways,
Surprise! Actually, randomly dead.
yeah, he's just been randomly pretty fucking close.
Disguise YSL.
What's going on? What's your guys' plan?
So, we're gonna sneak in, and how are
Storm
we
the
gonna do it?
castle.
You guys have got items you're waiting to get
We could.
made, correct?
Oh yeah.
That's like 3 days now. Do we really want to wait for 3 days? I
Well,
recommend.
do we know the time frame?
We don't know. Because the way we got to here and we had that incident
Do we
before.
know the time frame as he just looks at it? Do we know the time?
Yeah.
She said 2 to 3 days.
Nope, just you two, quit your meta knowledge.
Wait, I did mention
I
it's
mean-
gonna take.
No, I know. They're talking about something else that Gopher found out.
Like
With
the
Ryder.
and Ryder found out. But
Oh.
Felix
Oh.
would not know that.
Nope. Moving on.
What did
Continue.
I
I
will
mention that though?
I mean, he
Did
wouldn't
anyone
know that.
find out any other information?
Me and Ryder did.
I mean, he would have asked it anyway.
That's fine.
Because we did discuss looking for other information.
He's just like, well,
I'll look at you guys then. So what you guys found then?
so we kind of found out that there's gonna be no more import or export for the next week.
Is that only ships or is that everything?
As far as I know, that's for the ships. I don't know about cargo.
Like carts and on
Yeah,
foot?
like
and
carts
stuff?
around.
Would I know if there's
But-
a specific reason why there's nothing going on that week?
No. You would have to be well acquainted with the shipyard itself because it's happened a few times, but it's sporadically. It's usually in tow with recent affairs of activity between other wars that might be going on or conflicts on sea. Otherwise, you wouldn't know.
So it's not like there's like a holiday.
No, yeah, it's not a holiday. it's a random event.
Christmas time.
Oh,
So yeah, we only asked
Hanukkah.
that.
So
yeah.
there's
That question was only asked at the pier. So as far as I know, that's for the ships. I'm not sure about on for cargo or.
cargo will be a different story, depends where they're going then. So we have
So
I guess we have some times.
yeah.
I would like to pause and say that saying on ships and cargo they're not mutually exclusive. They can be the same thing.
Yeah.
So just saying cargo and meaning going on the land doesn't work. Resume.
Yeah, so at least that means by sea we have a week.
Felix,
Did we find out anything else?
No, besides that he is a merchant of sorts. He makes his own enchantments and stuff.
That would explain why he's rich.
Good. But I do have a question for you, Felix. How
I
long?
have answers.
How long have you been around Waterdeep?
Didn't quite pay attention to time.
And what do you do exactly?
Research.
Research what?
And for who?
Tonk.
Yeah, so he places onto basically the table that the half-elven girl was on, or woman was on, and it's like it looks like a tripod with like a small bowl pointing up to the top, and it has what looks to be like a single looks like have several different points that could be eyes on it essentially, but they don't look like an eye. It's like it's a single jagged circle with several different juts in it and a dot in the middle. Looks kind of like an eye, but it doesn't move or anything.
Interesting. And who are you doing this research for? Yourself? Is this
Me.
personal?
So, what am I looking at?
A magic item. Of what I haven't determined.
Yeah, he showed it to me last night. I didn't know anything about it. I figured someone else might. Zacchaeus, have you ever seen anything like this? Asparagus?
Can I make a roll, I guess?
General intelligence?
It would be an Arcana.
Or Arcana?
Yeah, an Arcana check.
Well, because I was just gonna just detect magic. See what kind of magic.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Looking at it with a natural 20, it's not natural. It is something that you have never seen before, nor have you heard or even read anything about. You don't know what kind of device it would be. You also ascertain, just because it's a natural 20, that whatever it's made of is also not natural. It doesn't seem to be anything
Evil?
You're not getting either evil or good from it. It's just an item that has very, very unknown properties to it.
Well, it's definitely not from here, and I don't know what it does or where it's.
Where's it from?
Thank you. That's all I've ascertained too. Henceforth, researching it.
Do you have any idea what magic?
You know what might be the purpose of this?
Does something with transmutation magic. What? No idea. Henceforth, research.
I'll do that. I have the sudden urge to have Jacqueline pick it up and throw it.
What?
The device to pick it up and throw it. I'm like, no, don't do that. don't you do that.
Where did you find
We're not stopping you, so...
Well,
I'm stopping myself.
Zacchaeus says,
Where did you find this?
I obtained it in my past. It's sort of a
Okay, that's
forlorn
fine.
look. Picks it up, puts it back, and it's like belt.
So I'm guessing that since you're doing this research, personal research, you wouldn't know what Waterdeep's main way of import.
No,
Okay. Would anyone?
didn't even give a shit about this orc guy until you showed up.
I mean, Shayla?
Shayla, do you know?
Just say Shalala. Her
Nope.
name is not
No,
Shalala.
I will get this right because Shayla still exists in our other campaign. Okay, so Shayla pitches in. I mean, I've only been to the city maybe a few times. I don't know anything about its exports. But if it's anything like Baldur's Gate or Dragonspear, I would guess it's by cart. But it has a port, so it could also do both.
ports are down, then I don't know what's stopping them from using the exits of the city.
Because the only other location they might go is Neverwinter.
Well, there's other cities nearby. Neverwinter is one of the most renowned ones, sure, but right now isn't the best time for travel to it.
Then we're still assuming that we still have time, but we don't know how much snow or the export will be.
Well, if they're on the outskirts of the city, they could do it at any point.
They could also have already left,
True.
since they very obviously got here before us.
Right. But they still would have had to prepare for it.
The preparation for it takes quite a while.
So the longer
Through
you
my
wait,
experiences.
the longer you wait, then it seems like better off they'll be.
So either go look through the mansion tonight, because that's the only thing we have right now. Because it's a big risk of waiting longer.
I mean, don't listen to me. I wouldn't be joining you guys inside of the mansion.
I feel like we need to be better prepared ourselves.
We could go in tomorrow then. I don't know. Find other information.
Could possibly use tomorrow to try to ask, I don't know, maybe the outskirt gates if that anyone has gone through, if there's anything scheduled to leave.
And
Possibly. Maybe with Turniton's name on it.
Well, if I remember correctly, when we entered the city, they asked us who we were, but they didn't mark down anything. I don't know if they had marked down if people left. I mean,
The only thing they did so far, if I remember correctly, they just went back and got information about about Harvey Days. They didn't mark anything down.
Well, then they obviously have information about people. I don't know.
doesn't
Maybe if they're
necessarily mean they track if they're here or not.
If they're
It's
important
worth a shot.
enough, maybe. Because we know that they're not going by boat for at least another week. We know nothing about carts, so we might as well try to figure that out next.
All right then.
And I mean,
Because we need to know our time frame.
what are these items that you guys, or you who have asked for them? When are they supposed to be done?
What time is it? Ryder pitches in. It's like about... We still got another 3 days.
Mine's done.
Okay.
What do you get?
Just a small enchantment.
That makes sense. Ours is bigger. Well, not bigger, I guess. It's like
Ryder pitches in. I mean, I would personally like my items, but, I mean...
that does.
Well, then more incentive to figure out our time frame then.
It's true.
What do you get? Electricity.
He got thunder on his rapier,
Okay, he got thunder.
and there was what was everything else that you guys were buying? Was it
Mine
alchemy
is a
stuff?
+1,
Yeah.
and we got a
Didn't they get a second pair of night goggles?
no.
No.
He gave that to me. I'm hiding that in my clothing.
You know, I don't have to hide it, but yeah. Weren't you buying an alchemy jug? What was it?
Yeah, he had an alchemy
that's
jug.
Yeah,
it,
that's what
it.
it was.
That's what
Those
it
are
was.
the 3 items.
Yeah, it was that.
Alchemy
It was,
jug.
yeah, those 3 things.
I mentioned the 2 weapons I bought. I don't mention the alchemy jug.
No, gotcha.
So yeah, those are the weapons we are waiting for.
I mean,
It would be helpful.
what was the overall time frame that you were given?
It'll take 3 more days
You take
to get everything done.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I can keep repeating myself that. It's gonna take 3 more days for it to be done.
Well, you could go check and see what's done tomorrow, if any of it.
Yes,
Get some of it all.
me and Ryder and Gopher will
Maybe.
check on it. You guys can go check on the gates tomorrow then.
Because
Isn't that sounds good plan?
hopefully you might be able to get your weapons.
Maybe one of ours. So, is that everybody agree on this plan right now?
So more information gathering at the front gates of the city, and you knocking on a closed door to try to get your weapons.
Yeah. All right.
Before I forget, because that was mentioned to me by Randall,
You guys were promised a cart. Does anyone want to go check on that? In case we need to make a getaway?
We'll check.
We can check that on the way.
We'll check that on the way when we go to the inn. Because I'm assuming it's like close.
It's near the inn, yeah.
Inn.
We're going to the same one.
Hmm?
We're going to the same inn tonight?
We can't stay here. It's kind of
Well,
small.
go find. You should
We
go
could go
find
find
a
another
different one.
The only one place I'm gonna go is that orphanage/school.
Okay, then go stay there.
See you guys later.
So,
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm just saying that. Then.
So what's everyone doing right now? You guys are discussing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick up my playing card.
Okay.
So we totally agree on the plans for tomorrow then.
Yes.
Yes.
Did anybody want to do anything else? Otherwise, we'll just fast forward to tomorrow.
I mean, I'm gonna go research.
Okay. What are you trying to ascertain during your research? Just spending time to do research?
Just trying to find anything that is similar.
Okay.
Trying to get some form of pinpoint to go
Yeah.
from.
Okay. Just make an intelligence check. Everyone else, what are you guys doing? Zakaris?
Following Jacqueline.
Following Jacqueline? Okay.
We're us three gonna go to Magical.
We're doing that tomorrow.
Alright, it's still early, isn't it?
Go. Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Gopher.
We can go back to the inn if you want to keep on drinking.
Let's go to the inn.
Okay.
Ryder, you go with him.
Yeah, Ryder will
I'm
go
gonna
with you.
find a different one.
Alright, Ryder goes with you. Zakaris goes with Jacqueline. Shayla goes with those two.
I'm gonna do my hobby, gather more information.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna browse around the city,
Okay.
including the high-ups.
Okay. You're not going to gather anything new. You spent 2 days now gathering information. Unless a big event happened, you're not going to hear about anything else that's different. You're going to hear more complaints about the city, people talking about how
Actually,
there's been money stolen, stuff like that.
can I go back to what is it? That man,
Which one?
Cardinals mansion. Cards.
He's going to the mansion.
You're going to the mansion.
The mansion.
Okay, yeah, you can head your way there.
And I'm just gonna.
Well, everyone say goodbye to Rex.
I'm gonna see him just try out building, like the layout.
You're
You're not, unless you go inside of it, you're not going to be able to draw it out.
You're just gonna sketch the outside of the building.
No, that's my original plan. But he said go inside, then I gotta change mine. I'm just gonna go there, take a quick look around outside, and go back to the end.
Okay, I mean, unless you go inside of anything, you're not going to get any new information.
Oh, then I'll just go back to the end.
Yeah, because you've already done that before, basically. With what Felix had told you from...
No, since I'm in the mansion, I'm just go back to the orphanage.
Okay.
And just find a
Okay,
room,
yeah.
ask the owner to get a room or
Yeah,
bed.
that's fine. So, Jacqueline, Zakaris, and Shayla, you go and pick up your cards. They're completed. Hands them to you. Is there anything else you need? I'm always here.
Not that I know of. I look behind me. You two? Anything you need from a place like this?
I shrug. No.
Shayla doesn't say anything either. And then, what are you guys doing? You guys going back and... Is anybody doing anything before separating to figure out items and stuff tomorrow? Because if not, then we'll just fast forward to those points. Only we need to role play out sleep and stuff.
I say fast forward.
Yeah, let's fast forward.
Yeah, okay. So, you guys finally get some sleep.
I mean, what do I learn with an 18?
With the information that you've been here for a year, you're not finding anything new.
Okay.
It's hard without any kind of reference material to figure out what this could be. Being here for a year essentially helps you figure out that whatever this is isn't from here. It's not not natural, not native to this plane.
What I really do before I go to bed is I'll attune to the weapon that Randall did give me.
Which
he gave me the +1 dagger.
You don't need to attune to a dagger like that.
I thought you did.
No. Why would he give you a +1 dagger?
Because he had one. He got it off the.
Oh, he had
assassins.
2. That's right. Alright.
Wait, what do you mean he had 2?
Why would he give you? Because then that would leave him with no weapons.
He has his rapier. That's what he would use his rapier over the dagger.
Don't think you're gonna be using the dagger anyways as a wizard.
As a wizard? No, it's safety.
Stab someone with this fucking thing.
I get disadvantage still from being attacking from like 5 feet.
So moving
Yes.
on.
Looking at all the items, if you go to check out Enchanting Divine, the door's still closed, has the closed sign. It's not locked or anything, so if you guys wanted to go inside, you could.
You want to go check on her, Ryder?
Yeah. Go for you're there too.
So let's go inside then.
Alright. Go inside, doorbell rings, you hear, the bell rings, and you hear from behind, like a little bit of a room, hold on! Oh, it's you. You're a little early, aren't you?
Yeah, we're just here to check on you and see how the progress goes and see.
I have only about one thing done, dearies. I can't exactly go fast with something like this.
Which one do you have done?
I finished the rapier, that was the first one. It was the more difficult next to the jug.
The jug. And the other two is almost done?
In 2 days, yes, they'll be finished.
Since we're here, Ryder, you want to grab your weapon?
It's done, so she hands him the rapier, and the silver rapier with D4 of thunder energy. There you go.
How you feel, Ryder?
I was expecting more, but it feels great. She kind of gets a little bit dejected.
What are you talking about? She put a lot of effort into that. That's a little disrespectful, Ryder. I thought you were more respectful for that. Show more respect.
Should have been here.
Should have been here.
Anyways, the other two items are not nearly done yet. And yeah. So, what's everyone doing right now?
Since they're going up the gate, we will meet up at them at the gate then.
Okay, well, they would have been going to the gate before you guys, so.
How many gates are there and what are you?
Are you talking about the gate to the mansion, or are you talking about, like, the exit gate? Because
Exits.
Oh, there's at least 3. There's south, north, and east.
Yeah, so I would think we would just, like, go, take groups and go to each one.
Okay, yeah.
Because they can exit from anywhere.
But yeah, I mean, there's also no, like, castle walls or anything.
I also doubt they would go back south.
Well, that's precisely why they probably would go back south. Because people wouldn't suspect it.
Okay, guys, we're going to the gate that we just came from, so south.
Okay, so you guys are going to the south one.
Yeah.
You 3. Felix, are you going with them?
Yeah,
or
I guess I'll go with them and go wherever we go.
Okay. And Shayla has remained back at the inn. She hasn't gone to stay. And you two are going with Felix to which gate? East or north?
We'll start with north.
Okay. Zakaris?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys head north to the gate, and it's less of a gate and more of just a wider passage. From there, you can see there's a few guards posted. Some of them are varying races, and as well as that, some of them are varying of ages. So what is it that you guys do when you approach here?
So what's the plan?
I mean, we just go up and ask questions, I guess. I don't do this very often.
I mean, well, what's the reason behind our quest?
Just asking to see if there's a ban on goods leaving the city. I don't know if there has to be anything particularly fancy about a request.
Well, I mean, if they want us to request, like asking if this specific person is left, we need a reason.
I mean, all we need to know is if the ports are closed for import and export for a week. We need to know if that also there's a word I'm looking for.
Applies.
Sure. Also applies to the ground, like exporting, like carts and stuff. That's all we need to know. We don't specifically need to know if a certain person left. We just need to know our time frame. That's it.
Yes, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person just to leave without any reason.
I mean, if the what the
Don't worry about us. Focus on the game.
Go on.
Yeah, continue.
Okay, let's go.
And then.
So, what do you guys? So you guys go up to the guards and ask them what?
Hello, we heard that there was no import or export at the port right now, and we're thinking of maybe traveling to sell some wares elsewhere. Is there a complete closure on import and export right now?
This individual comes out. They look pretty androgynous, and they have like fairly longer hair that goes down to their shoulders, but their physique looks to be a little bit more manly. But pitches in. He's human as well. No, there's nothing going on here.
Patrick?
I was gonna say that.
No. The ports are only because it's a slow week. Nothing else to do with that. If you have product that you wanted to bring in, then by all means, I'm sure it'll sell fairly well this time.
Alright, thank you. That's all we needed to know.
Alright.
Have a good rest of your day.
You as well. You bunch. That's what you ascertain from going to the north gate. Going to the south gate, you acquire basically the same information.
So,
And going to the east gate, you would have also gained the same information.
So nothing.
Nothing.
That's not true.
Not a thing.
So, we'll assume we have that week. I'm assuming we'll meet up all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the greatest assumption to go off of, since the ports have a different reason, actually have a reason to be closed, and nothing else is, but...
You know, I'm assuming the Jake gate is just you come and go, and it's gonna be traffic there no matter what.
I mean, if you really don't want to wait for the rest of your magic items, we really should at least check that we have a way to get out of this town quickly. So we should go check on the cart.
That's true.
Also put into perspective, the other two magic items is a jar and a +1 sword.
Yeah.
Just to put into perspective
I don't
of
know
days to waste.
And also, I'm gonna tell you guys that we have one enchanted weapon today. It's Riders.
Yeah, he's got a little booming rapier, has like a little swirl of energy that coalesces down it, and he goes, ha! Nothing happens. He has to hit an object with it to do something.
I thought he was gonna hit the ground like, psh.
Yeah, he would break his rapier.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we gotta repair it.
It's gonna take another 3 days.
So we have one hand.
And we haven't paid for whatever we've requested, so we can leave at any time.
I think we kind of did because most of the we paid is in-store credit.
That's true.
Regardless, we do need to check on to see if our transportation is still here.
I thought we checked it while we were checking our.
Going back to it from people that went to the inn, it does seem to still be there. Harvey is not. You've investigated the cart. The interior of it is completely empty.
Are both carts still there?
Wait. There's a stink like hell.
No, it was cleaned, and it was also not, pissed and shit in for 2 weeks straight.
Nice.
No, the other cart is not there. The metal one.
Dang.
The metal card is not there.
I mean, we weren't promised it.
Yeah.
Well, we promised his card. We didn't promise about the metal card.
Yeah.
We just left it there.
The other three
Also,
left. Okay.
should have done this when you guys woke up. For those who went back to the inn, did anybody go back to the inn?
Me and Ryder.
You and Ryder did. Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh.
With disadvantage, just kidding.
Yeah, he was probably drunk.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Ryder wasn't paying attention. He kind of woke up. A little bit of some sleep-eye stuff in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a commotion that seemed to have been discussing about And from that, you also gathered that someone went missing inside the inn. Seemed one of the owners of the inn, that dwarven man, seemed to have gone missing.
Oh, okay.
Should have done that when you woke up, but that's what you gathered.
Okay.
But now the question: will you tell that?
Is everyone here?
Yeah, everyone's
We're gathered together. So
Where are we at right now?
I'm assuming we're at the center of town.
Yeah, you're just you're in the town. You're like near the archive.
I wouldn't bring that up right now.
Okay.
Back to Felix's.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
I would assume. If the cart's still there, were there any of the horses?
The horses were not. They were brought to a stable.
No, that's right.
So I mentioned that. I mentioned the cart, and Ryder mentions the horse because that bet.
Yep. Those his
Well,
horses.
Should we go get the horses to get the cart? To get the cart to somewhere set up that we can use it easier?
Was like an escape vehicle.
Correct.
Another question that we must ask: who can drive? Who drives? You?
Randall used to.
During my mini trials, I should know how to drive a cart.
I mean, piloting a cart's not hard. It's
Yeah.
going down the road and doing maneuvers that could be the difficult part.
Okay, I don't have that kind of driving skills.
Yeah.
Randall did.
Yeah. Anyone can technically drive the damn cart.
I only knew how to drive a boat.
Except for Jester.
Jester.
What?
It's a joke from our other campaign. He tried to get a horse to start. Yeah! Nothing happened.
So, if we do set up, where should we set up?
Would by your housework? Or
I don't
feel
know
like
many.
that put people in your household in danger or something?
That and I'm not really next to a stable.
That's true.
It would honestly depend on what our.
How long are we gonna stay at the mansion?
Until we don't need to be at the mansion anymore.
You assume we're gonna be there like 2 days?
What?
I assume we're going to be there for one night.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah,
around.
then we just put it anywhere
and
else.
we leave.
Then. We don't have to put it to a stable.
We can't leave it in front of my house. I'm not in an area where they like that. They would take it.
We can leave it somewhere in one of the abandoned or the broken down buildings.
Are there stables by the gates?
Yeah, why don't we?
Scares?
Are there any stables by the gates, Secures?
Maybe.
Ryder pitches in.
I was lost.
I didn't hear a word that he said.
What?
That you cut up.
The city has changed quite a bit since I was last here. There might be, but I don't know.
Ryder pitches in. There's the stable that I dropped the horses off at.
Where was that?
It was to the southwestish.
Yeah, we don't.
The other question that we are forgetting to
I mean-
ask is who's going into the mansion?
It's a big house. Easily, the mansion from one side to one side is 120 feet. One side to one side on like the lengthwise is 160 feet.
I was
doesn't
assuming all of
At
us.
all answered.
I know. I'm just saying that the mansion's big, so it would take time depending on how many people went into it.
Like the more people, the more ground we can cover.
So we would just all go in and split
I say we can all go in, but split into 2 groups.
2.
Well,
How many of us are there?
7.
So basically,
3 and 4.
Ryder, technically.
that makes 7.
Yeah, because there's you 6, Ryder.
2, 4, 5, Rider, 6.
Shayla.
I'm
You were-
missing.
I was counting. Shayla. Yeah.
So 3-3.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean,
We could either go
how
3 and
many of
3
us
or 2,
can
2 and 2.
use, you know,
Why
the
3?
banishing? Because the 2 of us can. Can anyone else use?
Invisibility.
Yeah.
I would say the two people that can go invisible should enter first. And then, since Jacqueline's one of them, she could use relay message to let us know when to come in.
Could do that. So we do that. Scares, any ideas?
We're going off very limited information here, so it's probably the best bet we have.
So me and Felix are going in first. So it's going to be, is it going to be a group of me and Felix and then the rest of you?
Seems like it.
Can you cast invisibility twice at the same time?
Well, how high can you
DM?
cast it?
I mean, you can cast it at a higher level to give it to multiple people.
You can give it to one other person at any level above second.
Yeah, so you can give it to two people for third level, and then if you had fourth level spells, you can give it to 3 people.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that.
Okay.
One of us could do that at least.
I can't.
It also would retain concentration for both of you, and if you lost concentration, then both the invisibilities would be gone. If you did an attack or anything, invisibility would be gone.
Technically speaking, we'd only need invisibility for getting into the house. And if there was like nothing immediately, then everyone else would just come in. So I think.
So we can have 3 people being invisible, and another 3 people just be a little distraction in case.
Can we? Can you cast it at a higher level?
I absolutely can.
Then we can have multiple people in this side.
So
I mean,
3 invisible.
Do we want to do that?
You would be spending your only third level spell to do that.
I have 2.
You would be spending one of your third level spells to do that.
I don't have any other third level spells, so that's fine.
Alright, fair.
And I'm probably not going to really use, third level burning hands in a house.
I mean, there's third level Divine Smite.
There is, but regular Divine Smite's fine.
Fair enough.
Plus the other thing that I just got as well, so.
I mean, I should point out, we won't be able to see each other. Do we really want to have 3 of us invisible?
We could hold hands.
Couldn't exactly really investigate then.
Don't you have a message?
I'm imagining 3 invisible dudes trying to clear through
like
a
this.
fucking doorway.
Just like this.
Kids holding hands.
Just like
straight
this.
up like
One person walks in and it's Red Rover all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Wah! You fucking clothesline them.
Wait. Why do we need invisibility anyway?
Because we don't know who's all there.
Okay.
We have no
We don't
idea
know
if he
where
has
what is.
guards.
Say if we do and get in
Yeah,
a fighting
no idea.
situation, and they have the upper hand, we can change the tide, and then we get the upper hand. They were surprised us.
Then I will go in myself, because if I get attacked, I can survive at least a little bit. More than probably yourself, pointing to Felix.
Have some.
Unless Gopher
clothes.
would be willing, or Zacharias here would be willing to be invisible and be our scout, but does anyone else have message?
No.
one?
I have message. Ryder pitches in.
Oh shit.
You would die in 1 hit. Never mind.
I have much more fortitude, mind you. I have
That's
39.
I was like,
Yeah, he has message.
I was, yeah,
Oh,
he did. He recently
This
got it.
level
He
up.
recently got it, yeah.
I was just
I
about to.
just look at Gulbert. Gulbert didn't just go with them.
Alright.
But if one person can go in, who is more nimble for just one person, then message the rest.
I don't have it.
That's all we need.
Go for. I've got message. He writes on a note. It's like
And
the
then
door.
paper airplane. Writes on a floating piece of paper, turns into a paper airplane.
I make
and
it into a
fly.
paper airplane, yeah.
I
No.
mean,
Someone opens the door and
who's
it's
the
yeah.
least sneaky?
If I remember
Who's the
correctly,
least sneaky?
Messenger
Him.
is a cantrip, right?
Invisibility would kind of help with that.
Messenger is a cantrip.
Message is a
Would
cantrip,
kinda
yeah.
help with him not being sneaky.
What is constantly keep sending me one person message? It's like there, check, there, check.
You also could just try to stealth in. You don't necessarily
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
be
we can
invisible.
stealth in.
He is a high
That's not my
spell.
original plan. It also brings invisibility. And
I mean, invisibility helps because you get advantage on stealth, and you're not
Yeah.
not able to be seen. So if like you do fail a stealth check, they're not going to know where you are. They're just going to know someone is here.
Yeah.
They're not going to know where, who, what, or anything.
That helped me out. That would help me a lot. I say that out to another group. That's helped me a lot. We still get stuff in. We don't have to use the visibility.
Did you two find any other locations to actually get in the house?
The only person you should
like
ask.
a back door or windows?
I didn't see any of that. What were you messing with?
I only saw 2 entrances. In the front, there was a front door, and then next to it, and there was like another entranceway that you can lift up.
Both in the front of the house.
Both in front of the house. But I tried opening the archway, but
there was a shed.
Only opened a little bit.
There was a shed.
Underground passage. Check out the shed.
I mean, that'd only be really useful if. Ta-da! They were storing everything in the shed.
Ta-da! Everything!
We found all the gold.
At the end, there was
in the
everything.
shed. The one place that they can't fucking keep an eye on. I mean, hey, it's possible.
I mean, we opened up.
Karn could have been real stupid.
So, Jinx, you have a questionable face right now.
It's not booby trapped.
What?
I have a questionable. I'm confused. Being a princess of sorts, I was never really let outside very much. This is all very new to me.
You lived under a rock.
Pretty much. I do know, however, that the more extravagant the house, the more ways there are secret ways there are to get in and out of it.
I said trapdoor.
I mean, all we saw was front door and
That's all you saw.
stone door.
Okay, how old is
Exactly, that's all you saw. I do know that the castle I lived in had about 50 different ways to get in.
It's also a castle.
It was also a castle.
Significantly bigger than this.
However,
Yeah,
again,
it's a
I'm responding to the DM as my player.
Why is she
This is
shouting
how
at
you should
God?
be doing this.
Why is she
In
shouting at
character.
God?
Okay, how old is
Speaking to God.
There has to
How
be
about-
at least one other way to get in.
She's right.
A secret passage of some kind. This man does not sound like an idiot. I say at least one person check the shed to see if there's like a trap door or something, a back door going underground, getting into the house.
Then
Open the
how
door
about
to Cerberus.
And if there isn't, then you just go into.
Then how about this? How about you two will go check out the mansion using your visibility, go scout around, and come back to us. We use that today. If there is, then we'll execute our plan tomorrow or tonight, whatever. So we get more information.
So an hour of invisibility to check around the house. Is anyone going to try to check the shed?
I thought
You
guys
can do
you
that
guys-
with the hour.
Yeah, you guys can do that in the hour.
Or we could use one other person to do the
That's why I
shed
suggested-
along with. I don't know.
I suggested 2 of you. I pointed at you and Felix. Because I
Okay.
assume Felix has invisibility. Yes, he does. Because I think
I assume yes, he does.
Just to also point out, while you guys were investigating, you still spent a good, at least solid 5-10 minutes while looking around the outside. There was no movement inside at all. There was no people in those 10 minutes of movement. And it would have been pretty evident to see you as, well, actually, no, because Invisible Felix was invisible.
So you should have saw me.
So it would have been you. But there was nobody that exited the house. You didn't hear anything inside. You didn't even hear music.
I didn't hear anything there. Sorry.
But yeah, Felix, you didn't see anybody walking between windows on either of the floors.
I mean, they could sleep during the day and be active at night. We don't know.
I'm only stating what you would have
Yeah.
seen.
So you want to do that? Because if you two go scout around and check the shed, then you guys can figure out another way we can get in. Alright?
Question for you, Mr. Dan.
Mr. Me?
Mr. You, yes.
Yes.
If I were to turn into something small, like a mouse or something,
Mm-hmm.
and we put one of their pockets, would I also be invisible, or would there just be a floating rodent?
I said look
Let
out.
me get invisibility quick. 'Cause it says everything that you're wearing and holding.
Correct.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I don't know that.
you're being holding because it's in your pocket.
I'd have to look.
I can
I
read
mean,
it to you.
if I were to start holding him,
I can read it to you quick if you'd like.
I've got the page
is that
right.
on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
He doesn't like that. He wants the book.
Yeah, it would. You would theoretically be invisible. Yeah.
In the pocket?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is wearing or
Anything
carrying?
the target is wearing or carrying.
Would if one of us went invisible, then he jumped in our pocket, would he turn invisible?
Yes.
Okay. Or I was like, or would he have to be already in the pocket?
It's as long as it is on that target's person.
Oh, okay.
But being invisible makes it very difficult for another individual to jump into said pockets.
Okay, since he brought this up,
Piggybacks do not work.
No. This is back to the holding hands thing.
Only
Yeah.
half of him.
So if we were holding hands and he cast invisible, what?
No, it would not affect all of you.
Okay.
If piggybacking wouldn't work, holding hands don't work neither.
It needs to be at least a tiny creature. That is going to be my own homebrew rule, because it would be ridiculous if somebody was just like a Goliath holding a gnome, being like, "You're invisible now too." That doesn't work out in my eyes.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
I just want to ask.
Something that can be concealed, like a dagger size, basically.
Okay, so
I just
Do you
picture
say that out
like
loud?
part of the gnome turns invisible, so it's just like a floating upper
Oh,
body.
so gross. Weird.
Do you say that to the group? That idea?
Yes.
there you
Where
go.
are you going with this? What does that accomplish?
Well, if something goes wrong, which it probably will, let's not lie to ourselves here. It'd probably be a good idea to have some kind of surprise.
Right,
I
Pop
mean,
said
then there
say,
would be.
I don't know what
4
you're
people
talking
we could
about.
Bring in.
Also, just to point out, because this is a new ability, you theoretically have the power to turn into a pixie, which has innate invisibility.
Well, shit.
Kind of thought that you might have forgotten. That's why I'm reminding you, because it's a new ability and everything.
So we have. Do you mention that?
I mean, I'm reminding him. Whether he says that or not is up to him.
That's why I'm asking.
I say nothing.
I mean, it doesn't matter either way with his shape changing. We have a way to get 4 people in there.
There we
Regardless
go.
of
Team A.
what he does.
So, Team A is Felix, myself, and Mousy Man over there.
Well,
Mouse Garrus.
do we want to have just send in? 4
And
people?
Team B is everyone who can, you know,
He can
melee squad.
Yes.
Do one of you want to be invisible? We can take 4 people.
What would that accomplish? Why not just split us in half?
Because then, like you said, something goes wrong, we at least have someone who.
At the same time, are we just scouting out tonight, or are we trying to actually infiltrate
Scouting out.
fully?
I said scout.
Then we don't need any more than just the 3 and or 2 of us.
Yes.
We can.
Unless shit goes real wrong.
South.
Well, then we have
hold
the
this
3
in,
of us.
then
and
we
we
stay
have
close by then.
element
Hold
of
that.
surprise.
If something go wrong, then we'll barge in.
And I still do also have message. If something goes wrong, I can message them and they can come to where we are.
So
And since then, so are you gonna cast it and turn me invisible?
No?
Okay.
You're casting it yourself. Selfish.
in the deep, Ryder's face palming his face.
We've been talking about invisibility for fucking 10 minutes.
So do you want to try to go into the house and then I'll check the shed? Since at least if you're in the house and something goes wrong, you have the backup.
I honestly... yeah, we could do that. Alright. Is that a plan then?
Is this your plan? Alright, the silence I'm taking as a fucking yes.
Yes.
Jesus.
Looking at the other guys.
You were
it's
like...
Who of us didn't making a plan?
15 minutes to talk about invisibility.
I don't know why it took this long.
So you guys go to the mansion. You are standing outside of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going invisible before or after?
Where's the shed?
The shed is in the far left corner of it.
It's outside the gate.
It's out. It's in the gate. It's like inside of the fenced area. It's behind the garden, the large lavish garden.
I'm going to go out of invisibility where would be the easiest place to hide.
I mean, there's alleys where you are, so
Yeah, just outside the gate invisibility, because if someone were in the house and the 2 people walked in and then went, it'd be like
a little weird.
Someone standing in front of the gate disappearing into
Okay, so Mouse Karis.
It's fourth way. I go into an alley.
Are you going into Mouse Karis?
Yes, I will turn into a mouse and kind of just wriggle on the floor until one of them picks me.
Okay. So there is Mouse Karis directly in front of you.
I'll pick him up.
Okay, you put him into a little pouch in your little pocket.
Oh, that's not where I was gonna put him.
Okay.
But
I mean, where do you put him? some other feminine location above waist.
The best place for women to keep their money.
Jesus.
The fun bag.
Oh. The fun bags? Really?
I just came in with the perfect place where to hide your money in. I like the fun bag. Sorry.
All right.
That came
So
at the wrong time.
you invisible individuals, both of you roll wild magic.
Okay. Calvin, I hate you.
I'm good.
God.
What did I enter into?
All right. So yeah, you have Mouse Karis in a provocative location.
In an undisclosed location.
And you guys are invisible. So you're going to the shed? Or are you going inside the house then?
Yeah.
Okay, then I can actually finally use the fucking map.
Where were we
Do
hiding?
you want to do my part of it first? Or is the shed on here?
The
Go for
shed's
it.
on here.
Where were we
Okay.
camping out for now? Like, from the gate?
Yeah, just like a bunch of people cross-legged in front of the gate waiting.
And one of them disappeared.
This is
So
I think the
stealthy.
way we should do it is. Was your house close to?
No.
No.
Not even remotely.
No.
Oh, you said it was up the
You
hill.
wouldn't even get message.
You said it was up the hill.
Okay. We'll just stay close by. Let's focus on you guys then.
Not by the front gate, but we'll try to stay secluded. Like.
In like one of them alleys that he was talking about?
Yeah, we'll hide in the alley then.
Okay.
So should we make a stealth?
Yeah, make a stealth check for those who are just trying to hide, I suppose.
Calvin rolls a nat 1. He's sitting on top of the fence.
Is it pointy? Is the fence pointy?
Extremely.
It's not necessarily jagged or vicious, but it's somewhat
Vicious.
It's made of spears.
It's got some heft to it, sure.
All spears.
Okay.
I'm guessing those are portraits.
No.
The statues.
So, well, these are different. Oh yeah, there's your figurine. Okay. Let me just make sure camera's got it in view.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Tyler, hold on. Are you putting this feed on YouTube?
Yes.
You may not want to use that. That is copyrighted material. I just thought of that.
We're going back to your other sorceress one.
Yep.
There you go. Super magic blast mode.
I cannot use my little figure anymore.
Nope. And then you're going over to the shed.
Now you can join. Yeah.
And he stopped using his.
Yeah, he's got an actual bard one now.
I should get an actual sorceress one.
This is a sorceress one.
Go find that website again.
I think this is a sorcerer. Yeah, sorcerer. But anyways, so entering into the room, because you would be getting closer. Make a stealth check, both of you, with advantage for you two. Go for make a stealth check, because you're hiding with Rex.
With advantage, I think I should get a 15.
Can I use some of my stuff to cover this?
Nope. Ryder has to roll stealth as well. You know what? He'll give you the blessing of the trickster, so you have stealth. You have advantage on stealth. He just he sees you about to step on like a dog. He goes,
Another natural one? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding. That's 5.
Wait,
what'd you roll?
I rolled a natural 20.
Hey! Ryder is super stealthy. Rex?
18 plus 8.
Also super stealthy. Gopher? 6.
Plus 8?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
He's sitting on top of the fence.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Like, what's your stuff?
17.
17. Natural 20. Okay. Yeah. So both of you seem to be completely
I was
inconspicuous.
never anywhere.
The rest of you that are hiding inside of the alley or anything like that, nobody seems to notice you either. Even though that gopher nearly steps on a woman's dog, Ryder just shoves him fast enough into the alley just before he crushes the dog's head.
He's straight. While they did that, they tried to fight me, and they couldn't fight me somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight push me so hard.
It's the post, like the portrait with the moving eyes.
So wait, are you guys hiding by an alley or are you hiding by the gate?
Hide by the alley.
The alley, okay. Just making sure. It's not that far, it's about 60 feet from the actual gate.
Okay.
Just for reference. So it'd be 60 and then 30 more feet to get to the door.
Oh, so message would have enough.
120 feet range, yes. But if you get 30 feet further, then they're not going to be able to hear you.
Okay.
I was about to say we should move a little closer to make sure we get in range.
There's no other... otherwise, it's a 60-foot path around it, so there's no other hiding places.
Okay, never mind.
I love how I had the one figure. He got the man one.
Yep. Beside the point. So, when you first enter this room, it's not locked at all. The immediate vicinity of this room is powerful. There are two statues of what look to be men with swords and shields, like drawn out, with one being raised, both perfectly identical to each other, except one has it in their left hand and the shield in their right, the other one has the shield in their left and then the sword in their right. To your right, you can see a very elegant, like, koi pond. It seems to have flowing water going through it, so you just hear this trickling of water, as well as this calming atmosphere about the entire vicinity. The ground itself seems to be laced in with nice tile work of yellows and reds, and then there's large red rugs that tend to go from doorway to doorway. To your left, you can see 3 doors. To your right, you can also see 2 doors, which are labeled the brown marks here, 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 and here. You can also see a staircase that leads upwards with these elegant red posts down it as like a rail guard, and those go upstairs. Directly above in that like centerpiece area is a massive portrait of what looks to be Karn. It is Karn riding what looks to be an elegant white horse with Fabio-like hair.
Just
typical nobles.
Just for reference, if I speak, I will be using. If I talk to
Zacharis,
I will be using message.
Okay. Just know that he will not be able to respond because he's a mouse.
He's a mouse.
I have my mental stats, so I could technically respond.
You still have to whisper.
Do I?
You do. That is what message works. You have to whisper that only you two can hear, and as a mouse, you can't really go squeak, squeak.
Observe.
I thought you could say
Sending is the one that does work that way, though.
No. I'm just kidding.
2 squeaks for yes.
But, so that's what you see when you first enter. What do? You can also hear music kind of emanating from upstairs.
There is actually something I was going to do. Immediately when I walk in, I will cast Detect Magic.
That is concentration. You will lose invisibility.
Is it really?
It
Yeah,
is.
that's what I was checking earlier when I was invisible.
Yes.
I was double checking if Detect Magic was invisible. Because I was gonna detect magic.
You as a character would know this, so that's why I'm letting you know rather than just outright doing it and then losing invisibility.
I guess.
There's also torch sconces placed along all the walls and seem to brighten up the entirety of the room into a very vibrant color.
Not gonna touch any of those. Just kid. Just walk upstairs, I guess.
Okay.
Just walk around.
Alright, so...
We gotta close our eyes.
No, I've got the other map ready, which is the second floor. So we're going to do you now since you're looking at the shed. So going up to the shed, it's pretty small. It's maybe about a 15 by 30 or 15 by 20 space. And the door in front of it doesn't seem to be locked or anything.
Okay.
So go inside.
Yeah.
Okay, when you enter, it looks to seem to have watering cans, a lot of like different gardening tools like a trowel and a hoe. You can make an investigation check to see if there's anything else. Like, what are you looking for? Just anything suspicious kind of deal? Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Trap doors.
Okay, yeah. So you're kind of scouring the floor.
Maybe a magical door.
Magical door.
There's a portal in it.
To the Feywilds.
Oh god. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go chill with Winter.
With Winter. Anyways, so go ahead and roll investigation.
To the astral plane.
So that's 13.
13. Looking around, looking at the floor, you kind of press your hand down. It's very dense, almost like you're pushing onto dirt in a way. And you're kind of like peeling back a little bit of bits and pieces. Doesn't seem like there's anything underneath it. Looking in the corners of the room, you don't spot anything. This just looks to be a shed that they use for the gardening tools. You leave? Okay.
I'll go join inside, not knowing where she is inside.
At all, yes. Okay. So you're going back up here. You're going up the stairs.
I thought you were gonna go open a window and just go in through there.
I don't think this is gonna work.
This is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a little bit of some monotonous garbage gonna be occurring here.
You shouldn't move the map.
Just leave the map there. I'm just gonna put this over the top of it.
Yeah, he's gonna put it on top.
Well, how are you gonna?
I know. I know.
If I investigate anything
Yup.
downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're real lucky because I go upstairs too. I don't want to open any doors.
Are you going upstairs as well?
Yeah, because there's no doors up there that I see up there. You're lucky in that regard.
So are you going up the left or the right?
The left.
The left. Okay. That is not you. This is you. So climbing up the stairs, you're easily going about 15 feet up. So looking to your left, you can see there are beautiful paintings and portraits of various different women, men. They just look to be elegant and valuable of sorts. Looking to your far left for the rest of the room, you can see two statues that have to be full solid golden plate armor on. They have a shield implanted into the stonework that they're pedestal on, as well as like a sword planted into it. They both look completely identical, and there's a bench here. There are two large windows that face outwards on both of these ends as well that have colored painting on them.
I'm thinking about
There's also there is a hallway to your right that you can actually see down.
I was actually thinking about doing much worse than touching the painting.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see that there's a hallway with some tunnels down there, as well as there.
Mental. This is all in Jacqueline's head because I can't actually talk to the mouse. I wonder. So if I pull out the playing cards, they're invisible. But
Yes.
if I throw it, it won't be.
If you throw it, you will not be invisible. The moment you make an attack, your invisibility fades.
Okay. Never mind. Can't do that.
Yeah, the moment you do that, cast another spell. That's concentration. The moment you cast a spell that causes damage, break invisibility.
Okay. Can't really find anything else out besides if there's anyone in here.
You can hear the music much more powerful up here as well. It's definitely coming down this hallway.
Okay, I'll go down the hallway then.
Okay. Do you stop at any of the doors?
I try to press up against and listen in to see if there's like breathing or anything.
Make a
at those
perception check.
doors. I'm not gonna open any doors.
That's fine. Make a perception check.
That's 20. 30-20.
30-20. You press your ear in. Other than the music, which is getting louder and louder as you're getting down the hallway, you don't hear anything. You don't hear people. You don't hear any chatter. You don't hear any breathing, gossip, nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going until I get to where the music is loudest.
Okay. Get all the way to the end here. You see another identical statue right there as well. Seems to be very luxurious.
Does knocking on a statue count as an attack?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna make a quick question. This is based on your map. Is that supposed to be a door here?
This is a hallway. I'm moving the rest of it still.
Okay.
So while I'm moving that, You want to knock on the thing?
Yes, I do. I want to knock on the gold statue to see if it is solid.
Do you want me to hold these down while you try to grab that one?
Yeah, sure. So you knock your hand onto it.
Mm-hmm.
It is, in fact, solid.
There's no
nothing hollowed. It's not like it's a
vibration.
suit. It's like a statue that had these implanted into it, essentially. Like, you try to move some pieces of it, they're not budging.
Okay.
And then you see a hallway that leads down to your right that has another statue, a door, and then another bit of a hallway down this way. So at this point, Randall, you would get to the front, or Randall, Felix, you would be getting to the front door, opening it, and seeing the exact same circumstance in front of you. Do you go up the stairs then? Okay. Are you going left or right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So you go up the left. You're both invisible. You can hear music coming down the hallway. Directly in front of you is where the music is coming from, in that door.
You probably, honestly, just walk around, check over there, see if what exactly he all sees.
On this side? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move them vertical, so that way everyone knows. But just know that there is a hallway that leads into the... When you check over on this side, you can see more lavish pictures and beautiful artwork. And going down this hallway, you can see there's another statue in the corner and 3 doors.
He doesn't like doors right now.
They're all closed. They all have the
He
same
likes
kind of
them
like
even less.
masonry to them.
Likes them even less. These closed doors.
Jacqueline, after going up towards this door as well and kind of messing with it, you would see light coming in from this door as it is made of solid glass. And there seems to be like a porchway out there.
Is this the door that the music is coming from?
No, this is to your left. That's this door right here.
Can I... it's... That door's going outside?
Yes, it's going outside. It's going to that porchway that Felix and Rex would have known about.
If I look out that door, do I see anything else of note?
No, nothing else of note.
It's just a porch.
It looks to be like a loft area.
Okay. I don't know why you said it then.
just so that way you would know.
Okay.
By the way, how high up is the second floor?
You're easily about 20 feet up now.
From the ground outside?
From the ground outside, yes.
Perfect.
To dive out windows to figure out how much damage you would take? Am I getting a kind of understanding of where this might be coming from?
You know what? Maybe I have a way to get out of here without taking damage.
Misty step? Anyways.
I go back to the door with the music, and I try to listen in for anything that isn't just music.
So you press your head up. Yeah, make another perception check.
That is 17.
Putting your head up to it.
You're up to it, yeah.
And you're listening and listening. It's repeating. The music inside is not natural. It seems to be playing from some kind of device, not an actual piano. You can discern that as you're listening in, and about 40 seconds, it begins to restart again. It ends and then plays exactly the same.
Weirdo over there.
It's gonna hide behind it.
Hide behind the blanket. Pop out.
I bet that's what's gonna happen.
I'm just kidding. Corns actually disguise themselves as
Call
one
them
of the
corn.
statues.
Anyways, what are you doing, Felix?
I'm gonna
I honestly thought you were going to say,
He's
I'm
gonna
going to
walk.
swan dive out this window.
The window's behind you, so you can turn back and try to dive, I guess.
I mean, he's gonna walk around and see if he finds any open doors.
So, going through. No open doors, no open doors. Know that there is a hallway there, and there is a door in there. There's a glass door on this side. There's no doors that are open. They seem to all be closed.
I was actually going to... I don't know where he is.
You would know I'm close enough, probably.
Well, I mean, you both are invisible. He would have no idea where you are.
But he's still within range of the alleyway, right?
No, at this point, he is
No.
far beyond the range of the alleyway. He's moved easily 100 feet further. Because it was basically 90 feet from the alley to the front door. The front door. You went up 15 more feet, then went down further another like 55 feet.
if I wanted to try to send a message to Felix, would I be able to?
You need to know where they are. Since he's been moving, you have no idea.
I thought you don't need to know it if you know the person.
You do.
I'm not very familiar with you.
You also, that's sending as well. Sending is the one where you can talk across planes. Message specifically states that you need to know where that person is.
I thought we had the same discussion in it.
Pull it up again, but
If you're familiar, you
only
don't.
you hear the message goes through solid objects. If you are familiar with the creature and you have prior knowledge of their whereabouts, you can send a message to
prior
them.
knowledge. You do not know where
I
he
know
is.
I know he is in the house. I don't know where.
Yes, which doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no. I would think he'd be in the shed.
Which you also have no idea how far that is.
Exactly. So no, message would not work.
Forget you have Mouse-Karis.
You do have Mouse-Karis as well. Mouse-Karis, you are listening in and with your tiny mouse ears. Everything else is the same. nothing really has changed. You've gathered the same information that Jacqueline has.
Wonderful.
I'm going to go back down the hallway to those other 2 gold statues and knock on them as well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go all the way around and knock on these gold statues to see if there's one that's out of place.
So you go to all of them. All of them seem to feel the exact same. They look more like ornaments, especially the metal that they're on. You get closer and closer inspecting it. It doesn't look like it'd be proper metal to wear. It looks more just for design and proof of like wealth, basically.
So this is just purest decoration. The paintings. Also, going over here, what's the range to the alleyway from where I am currently now?
You'd be close enough, yeah.
Okay. And I knew that they were going to the alleyway.
Yes,
right?
you conveyed this
the
beforehand.
alleyway that they're going. Okay.
Yes.
I will send a message to Ryder. Yeah.
To Ryder.
Since he also has message stating first, don't speak this out loud because we don't want anyone to hear you. That the music that is in the just explaining about like the nothing seems too out of place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here because the music that is playing repeats.
Okay.
Someone put that there deliberately to make it seem like someone's home.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay, so you send that to him. Go for Rex, and yep. Ryder looks to both of you, and he points, casts message, and relays the information to both of you. So what do we want to do?
Has he checked in the room? Or
Sends message to...
wait, before you send the message, if he hasn't, send Karis in there. Lost Karis in there, man. Or just try look inside.
Okay.
Then relay that.
I'm more thinking about message. And there's glass that would work. But fine. Turns back, focuses in on where you did message before, hoping that you didn't move. Casts message, and asks you the question that Rex did.
To send
Mouse-Karis into the room.
I send back, are you mad? I would not open any doors in a place that I don't know of where a potential bad person lives, because, booby traps and the sort. And if I take Zakaris out of my pocket, how in the world would he know to go in the room? I can't talk to him.
You can talk to him, he just can't talk back.
Oh, he would.
He understands you.
Oh.
He just can't talk. He's a mouse, but he has his mentality.
Yeah, it's one way.
It's a one-way window.
Okay. All right. Then, sure. Good. Yeah, then I'll answer in the affirmative, I guess.
Okay.
Go back to the door.
During this time, Felix, would you have done anything?
I'd go over to the door and look at the patio.
Do you want to look out the patio?
I want to open the door. Does it look? Do I see anything like I could tie a rope to?
Yeah, definitely. The passage, essentially, like the gaps in between the fence work, because it's not just like a loft that has no protection to falling. There is a fence portion that seems to that good way. It's metal. It's pretty renowned. It has very nice carvings into it. You can also see that there are 2 benches resting out what looks to be a pristine picture as well when you just look out the window or out the pane.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get the information on it.
Okay, yeah, that's what you see.
As a potential another escape route.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's good to know because I can come up here quick, but I can come in tomorrow. Tie a rope. I can use it to jump out if things go bad.
Okay, so you basically standing next to each other,
No
unknown to each other. So you let Mouse Karis out.
I take him out. Before I put him on the floor, I'll just tell him what he needs to do.
Okay.
Would I hear this?
I would. Would I be able to message a mouse?
Yeah, you can cast message to the mouse.
I would do that because I don't want to actually, be heard by any entity that's here. What the fuck?
I had money in my back pocket.
He's rich. He has
I have
$2.
$4.
$4.
He's got that cash money.
Damn.
No, but I will send that to you.
It was rain.
I will send you my, what is it, $10 for fun.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, I do that. I tell Zakaris, I tell you what you must do. You must go under the door, into the room, and see what you can find.
I start wriggling.
Start wriggling.
And also, probably better if you put those vertical. No, you have to stay.
Last time I went was like before we started this.
Again?
So, Mouse Karis.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly not what I thought you were going for. Do you have a little tiny bomb chew?
No, I do. Oh, I do.
Oh my gosh. Most curious, you got so big.
I do have a bomb chew from Legend of Zelda.
I don't know, dire mouth.
Dire mouse. A weremouse.
Perfect. That was a brilliant idea. There's a little bomb chew. To resemble little mouse carrots.
That is actually pretty amazing. Right.
I knew that Monopoly Legend of Zelda board game would come in handy. Or no, it was Clue. It was Clue.
Oh yeah, it was. The bomb should be one of the weapons.
Yeah. I also have a bow and the Megaton hammer.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what you see, Mouse Karis, wriggling underneath the door. Music is fairly loud. You can see up to the right there seems to be like a music box playing. There's
A gramophone.
a grandma-lamaphone.
Grandma.
There is 2 paintings to your left. One of them is much more lavish than the other. To the right, there seems to be a very elegant mirror of sorts. It's very, it has like gold inlaid plating on the ends of it, and the glass itself is also of a yellow sheen. Directly in front of you looks to be a desk with a chair at it. There's a couple of books laid out, as well as a bookshelf to the right, which is this portion right here. And a window directly in front of the desk that goes from ceiling to floor. Looking out front of it, it just looks to be the forest that's on the outside of Waterdeep.
Okay. So I can deduce that the music is coming from that music box. There is no other source for it anywhere around.
No. As far as you can tell, it is coming from the top of that desk, which has a music box at it.
Okay. The 2 paintings.
Mm-hmm.
I will look at the more lavish.
Okay, so you go over to the more lavish one. Take a look at it. It seems to be like of a woman with red skin, slight horns, and like kind of like a frilly outfit on type of deal. It is very elegant type posture. She looks to be fairly young as well. Looks to be beautifully drawn by somebody.
The more you look closely to the eyes, all of a sudden the eyes.
Just starts to laugh like fucking the witch's house.
Do I know who this is, or is this just some random person?
Make a intelligence history check.
As a mouse. You have to do it as a mouse.
Hey, what check was that, sorry?
Intelligence history.
Yeah.
15.
15. You can tell, being a young tiefling, what your mother looked like when she was younger. This is very much so, very reminiscent. It's not exact, but it's reminiscent.
What the fuck?
You've also never seen her wear these clothes. You've never seen her in this type of scene, as it looks to be in a royalman's home type of scenario for the setting of the picture.
What the fuck?
This is where we learn all his victims he paints.
Okay, I look at the other painting.
So you're looking at the other painting?
Yeah, the other one that was hanging on the same wall.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be much of anything. It's actually more of like a, more of a scene than anything else. It shows, very elegant trees that are, meticulously placed inside of like a forest type of area. And coming from it, there seems to be like a hand placed across it, almost like Sasquatch style, just up against it. Doesn't seem to have anything reminiscent about it, unlike the other picture.
Okay. I'll scramble over to the desk and see if I can climb up on.
Make a dexterity check. Make an acrobatics check. As a mouse.
Straight roll.
2. You're basically a mouse trying to grab at their cage when they're trying to get out. They're just like pressing up against the top of it. You are not even remotely climbing this leg of a chair.
Okay. There are no doors in here?
There are doors. There's a door to your left. There's 2 doors, actually. There's one door at the end of this, and one door at the end of this.
Okay. I'll go through the door, or under the door that's closest to me.
Door closest to you? I'm just gonna move this down. Popping out. It seems to be a large staircase. You are at the top of it, and the winding way down, you kind of look down, you can see what looks to be a fountain with a woman holding what looks to be a small bearing flower, and water is squirting out of it, going into about a 10-foot wide pool type of pond. Basically, it's a fountain, and that's what you can see. Otherwise, the rest of this doesn't seem to be anything else other than another glass door to your left that shows the outside. Or shows another room, sorry.
Okay, I can see the bottom of the staircase.
Yep, bottom of the staircase ends directly next to the statue. The fountain.
Okay. In that case, I will go through the glass door on this.
On this one? Through here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is an empty room with a single window. 2 windows, sorry. There's one that shows outside in the loft, and then one that shows the garden and the shed.
Okay.
There's nothing else in this room.
Scramble back into the office and then out, I guess. Back outside into the hall.
Alright. During this time, Jacqueline or Felix, would you have done anything?
I would leave.
You would leave. Leave the whole place?
Yep.
Okay.
Whee! Going to the alleyway.
Okay.
Because he's not opening these doors.
Okay. Jacqueline, you would just have been waiting for Karis? Okay. Mouse Karis emerges out underneath the door. Alright. And he turns invisible once again.
I will, for the time being, I can see my own, I know where my own shoulder is, right?
Yeah, you know where you are.
Okay. I will, for the time being, put him on my shoulder and send him a message of Squeak one, of if This door is worth going through and investigating. Squeak once if yes, 2 if no.
Hey, squeak once.
Alright, she opens the door.
Alright, opening the door. You see everything that I described before.
Nothing happens, there's no...
No.
Okay.
Music is playing. It's pretty elegant and classical.
The music box that is playing the... Oh yeah, also put him back where he was.
Okay.
How long have we been in this house so far?
Nowhere near an hour.
Okay.
Maybe like 5-10 minutes at best. What's everyone else doing? You guys still staying in the alley with no messages?
On standby, yeah.
Okay. Felix, if once you get outside, what would you do?
Go
to them?
How is it?
Would you drop invisibility?
Oh, once I got there.
Okay. So yeah, you would get there, and the rest of the Gopher, Rex, and Ryder see...
Dogpile on him!
Yeah, you see...
Get him!
You see Felix emerge deeper into the alley, so that way not to be seen, de-invisibling.
I get super close to kneeing him in the... No, I'm just kidding. So how'd it go?
So that was just quick.
Lots of closed doors I don't exactly trust to open.
Then how are we gonna find any more information? You're just gonna browse around doors.
We have a mouse.
We have a mouse.
Yes, we have a mouse, but
I mean, it seemed like maybe he could squeeze under.
yeah, I know he goes squeak under, but could you like open the door and just peek in?
I don't trust this house.
Then how are you gonna get so many informations about this place except hallways and anything that in the hallway?
Well, recon is recon. You just get all the information you can.
So, Jacqueline.
I ain't a guy. I can't take. Yeah, I'm not gonna do well on my own if I open the door, triggers alarm, and I open the guard door.
Jacqueline.
Okay. So the music box is playing the music.
Yes.
It's on a desk.
Yes.
Does the desk have a drawer of any kind?
Looking at it for a quick investigation, no, it doesn't. It's more like a table, like a side table almost. Like it was also dragged into this corner to specifically hold this box.
Okay. If I feel around the music box, do I feel any, like, compartments? Anything?
Make an investigation check.
Good job, you found the bomb.
Yeah. You just take it off of the... Yeah, you just take it off of the desk and it triggers.
I haven't been using a lot of traps, so...
Oh, you better.
Oh, wow. 16.
So, looking at it... Oh, you get 17, but -1.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Looking at it, you don't find any hidden compartments, but with an investigation like that, especially since you don't have very high intelligence, you can tell how it's repeating. The way that it's playing the music isn't based off of a record or like strings. It's just magically playing this music, and what's actually triggering it is this lever in the back that you can feel. It starts to rotate ever so slightly, and then once it gets to a single tick, it starts to bend, and then that's when the music stops, and once it starts to break past it and move again, that's when it restarts the music. So basically, it is a perfect timer in the back, where once it stops, there's a small jut that the point bends to, and then once it gets past it, it starts the music again. It's also not as big as I put it on there. I was just putting it so that way you would know where it is.
Oh.
It's maybe the size of, like, that laptop.
Oh, okay.
That's bigger than I was picturing. So
Oh, yeah, it's still big, but not like gramophone, like it's on a stand type of situation. It's a bit bigger than that.
Check to see if you can access the internet. No.
Welcome to corn.net.
Corn.net. You keep calling them corn.
Joke.
I specifically said corn that time because I made the wheat joke earlier.
Okay. Anyways, what are you doing, Jacqueline?
She'll just make a mental note that someone definitely read this to give off a specific feel about for any snoopers potentially.
You get the immediate impression that this room is calming. It is meant to be relaxation of a sort. The image directly in front of you, as the desk has books on it, there doesn't seem to be work inside of this room. It is very quaint. it's compact enough to feel that warmth, as well as the window being from ceiling to bottom, you get a full view of something directly in front of you, which is a forest. Several miles away, but yeah.
Besides the 2 doors that Mouse Caris found before, there are no other doors in this room?
No other doors.
Okay. I will go... I'll go through the door closest to me.
Alright, going through this one?
Yeah.
So you go in. It's pretty much empty. There's the window in front of you, window to your left that shows the loft area, and a door to your right that is glass, and you can see it's a staircase.
What is the floor made out of?
The floor, it is different than the floor that you were in before. It's not nearly as nice, per se. It's more stone than tile. And the walls themselves seem to be a little bit less kept than the others. Doesn't have that framework in the door. The glass seems to be a little bit more disheveled. A few scratches here and there.
Just looking around, does it seem like there's anything special about this room besides it being made out of different materials?
You can make an investigation check.
Well, I mean, I don't find shit. That was a 2.
Looking around, the only thing that you can find is a small torch in the corner. That's about it.
What is a torch sitting on?
It's on a torch sconce. It looks like the same torch sconces that have been around. All of them have slightly green to their flames, so they look like a normal torch. They just have a little flickering of green in it.
Okay. Seeing that this is the only torch in this entire room.
In this entire room, yes.
Okay. Seeing that and knowing that probably this might be the only room in here that looks like this, she will go up and try to jimmy the torch.
So you go up and touch it. It's embedded into the wall. It's very difficult to try to pull out, and trying to pull it. You could try to keep pulling on it, but it's in there. It's
the sconce itself?
Yes, the entire sconce and the torch that is there is also.
Oh, I can't pull the torch out.
The torch can't come out either. Okay. Almost like it's embedded into the torch sconce itself.
I'll go out the door across the room.
Door across the room?
Yeah, that leads to the staircase.
Okay.
I'll go down the staircase and see where I end up.
Okay. Time to move the maps.
Wait, did that staircase only go down? Or
Yep.
Did it go up?
Only one goes down. There, good enough. So you go down about 15 feet, and directly to your left is the statue with the flower, the woman standing there, and the pond that's there. Unlike this one, there's no fish in it. Just seems to have water. Door directly in front of you and directly to your right. Both of them are solid doors.
Okay. Based off of what she's seen throughout searching through this house so far, doesn't seem to be anything of note right now, but she will make her way back to the front door to get out while going through the door to her right.
Okay, so going through the door to your right.
Instead of just going through the door, in front of me, guessing it will just lead to the hallway that goes outside.
You see windows, very well painted and designed to your left that go out, or go to your right that go outside. You can see the lavish gardens out there. a bench laid out here and here, and another statue that has the full plate armor and everything on it, directly behind it.
She's done it for, this entire time she's been. I'm going to check the armor statue. Is it the same thing?
Same exact thing. You go up, this time kind of feeling a little bit less risky about things. You go full force pulling, just
And knocking on it and stuff. Okay.
Everything is embedded into this. It's basically a statue in ornament.
Plan. We're gonna steal all the statues.
The metal is probably worth a lot.
The windows are painted?
Yes, they're painted in kind of
Is it a design? Are they specific designs that I would recognize?
No, they're not really.
They're just.
It's
decorative.
just decorative. It's not chapel. There's no religious figures painted into it.
There's no 5-headed dragon.
No, they're just painted to have a different tint to different portions of it, and when the light comes through it, it kind of shines different colors onto the ground.
Oh, okay. So it's literally just a random stained glass window. Okay.
Yes.
Chaos. It's Steven.
There's nothing behind the statue?
No, this is just a wall. This is the only door in this room.
Okay. I will investigate under and around the benches and see what moving the benches does.
Okay, yeah, you can move them. You shove them a little bit, move them back, kind of lift them up a little bit, check underneath them. There doesn't seem to be anything about them.
Okay.
They're just benches that look to be pretty nice. The wood that they're on, since you're moving them, is very strong, durable. The lifting it's also very light, surprisingly, for how dense the wood is and how powerful it can resist its resilience. So lifting it's very easy, especially for someone like you, with your 8 strength. So it's surprising at how nice these benches are.
Yeah, she's just gonna keep making my way outside the house, going through doors and stuff.
Okay. So going out through this door?
Also, yeah. In such a way that I can still kind of try to investigate a little further. This is just a hallway.
This is just a hallway. The more hallway goes down this one. This is a very large portrait that shows another picture of Karn.
Picture of Karn?
Mm-hmm. In a different scenario than the one that's up in this big, lavish one. It's of him with battle scars on, a huge mace in his hand, and kind of standing proudly after a battle.
I'll go up to the portrait.
Okay.
And then I will look down the
hallway
as well.
Okay.
Before doing anything else.
Okay.
To see if there's anything interesting down there.
Okay.
Because we didn't really check downstairs.
Okay. Okay. I am right in the back.
Oh, what's that?
You've actually know all of them. Welcome to Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Yeah. So it just looks like a hallway.
Looks like a normal hallway with lots of doors. There's another bit of hallway that goes down this way as well.
Can I tell if any of the doors are different in any way, or do they all look the same as the doors I've seen?
Looking at these 2 doors, they're pretty average.
I'm just looking for anything that pops out to me as
different,
suspicious almost.
There is a door at the very far end. This one over here. It is, while all these other ones have had kind of red patterns, and some of them have a little bit lighter than the walls, so that way it's not just solid red everywhere. That one is dark black.
That door. I will look back at the painting.
Okay.
Can I tell I've seen a few paintings here. Does this one look like it's the same make, same everything? There's nothing different about it?
Other than it being much bigger and obviously a lot more work and time being put into it, it doesn't necessarily give off anything. You can make a intelligence investigation check or an arcana check if you're trying to find anything interesting about it.
I'm gonna make an arcana check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. So you're going up to it, being such a big picture. You start to go up to the sides, press your hand onto some of the picture, trying to pull it off. It doesn't move from the wall. You go up to the sides of it, go above. When you get under it, there is a small sigil directly in the center of it. It is of, it seems to have like a slight glow to it. Other than that, you're not sure what that does, but you can tell that is there.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I've seen this sigil before, or would I know that I haven't?
You would know that you haven't.
Okay.
Of the sigils that you have seen, this has nothing to do with that.
Make a mental note of that sigil as well. Did I try touching the sigil? If I didn't, I'll just like brush my finger over it.
Okay, yeah, brushing your finger over it, nothing happens.
It doesn't glow, nothing?
Nothing. It stays the same.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just make a note of this picture. I guess I didn't ask to see if I saw anything else on the other pictures. I'll just go down the hallway to that black door.
Alright. Oh, my computer!
God, you're killing everything!
My computer.
Be careful. I'm a computer.
Session dead.
Let me just make sure it's on the camera. Alright, yeah. So, yeah, there's this black door and you're going into it?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to first.
Okay.
Like, just, see if touching it does anything,
Make an investigation or an arcana check on the door.
Okay. I'm just gonna see what this is. That is a 9 for both. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Looking at the door, it's, other than it being different in just color and like kind of model of a door, it doesn't seem to have any like markings, especially being more cautious now that you've seen one underneath that picture. You're looking for anything similar like that or any other markings, you don't see anything. It just looks to be a normal door.
Okay.
Touching on it, it slightly opens, doesn't do anything. You do have mouse carrots with you as well.
I do.
So you're not alone in this adventure.
Yeah, I'll just do the same thing I did upstairs.
Have mouse carrots.
Go under the door and see if he, can see anything.
Okay. So mouse carrots, you going under the door?
Yep.
It'll take me a long time.
Mm-hmm. It's a big house.
Also, I'm not the greatest at...
Nope.
I've never done this crap.
Mouse carrots, what you see inside of here is the room is dark. There's no torch sconces as there are a few candles on the desk. There are 2 chairs opposing to it. The walls as well seem to be less decorative than the rest. And apart from that, there's a vanity with like a mirror in the corner here. The mirror itself doesn't look to be expensive, but it looks to still be fairly nice as well as the vanity.
Can I see the far walls of the room? Or is it obscured by the...
You can see it's only this small room.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, from your angle, I'm sure it's hard to tell.
There are no other doors in here?
Nope, that's the only door.
Okay, I leave.
Alright. Pops back out almost like in a minute.
Yeah. Same thing as before.
Squeak, squeak.
Double squeak.
Okay. Nothing else of note except for the painting so far. Yeah, I'll just...
Just leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Going all the way out.
I'm gonna check any other paintings. You do have quick access to.
Yeah, you can also see that there's other doors to the left here as well. Or if you wanted to look at any other doors, there's more on this side as well.
I think since this is only... Or she will think, since this is only like a scouting mission, there's no real reason, she can tell that there's probably no one here, but this place seems to be a place that we do want to check out.
Okay.
Which is what she came in here to do.
Okay, so you two
as far
both
as she
leave
knows.
and head back.
Before we leave, I start wriggling. Like I want to be...
Wants to be free.
Okay, did I put him down?
Alright, Mouse Karis.
Let me out.
Where are you wanting to bamf into existence at? Somewhere along this way.
Bamf.
Outside or inside?
I intend to stay as a mouse, but go back upstairs to the room where the music box was.
Bomb shoes?
Oh my god.
Why you weren't here when...
Was I not here for that? You guys are
Wasn't he?
there.
Thought he left.
I mean, if he was, he would know that that's what we were doing. Because
exactly
we said it very loud.
Are you go?
You are.
The room is unchanged.
The room is unchanged.
Okay, I will turn back into myself.
Okay.
You trigger 5 different traps and alarms.
There you are.
Okay. Now that I can see on top of the desk, are there any papers or anything on it?
Other than the books that are there is nothing. And the books themselves don't seem to have any notary worth to them.
Okay, well, I'll take them anyway.
Okay, so you take the books. There's about 3 of them. There's another bookshelf to your right as well. This is a bookshelf.
None of them are catching my eye. They're all just nondescript books.
Yeah. There's about 15, 20 books on there.
Well, I can't carry all that. I'll leave those.
Okay.
And then I turn back to that painting.
This one?
The one of my potential no.
Mm-hmm.
And I reach out and touch it.
Okay. When you place your hand onto it, the painting has the same kind of like feeling as many paintings do. The frame is very nice and well constructed. Apart from that, nothing else seems to happen.
I stand there for a moment. Eventually I'll pull my hand away and curl it into a fist and just be mad.
And be mad. Okay. What else you doing?
Is it attached to the wall, or is it kind of just suspended by like a frame?
You can pull on it. This one is attached to the wall.
Okay. Would there be a way to safely remove it from the wall?
I mean, you could force
it. The canvas, not the...
You could remove it, get the picture out of the frame. You would have to break the frame to then take it out. Or go into the backside, which is where you would put the frame, or put the picture in to begin with, but that is currently attached to the wall. So you could forcibly remove it from the wall, forcibly break the frame, but other than that, there's no real way to get the picture out of it without somehow causing damage to it.
I will attempt to rip it off the wall.
Okay, make an athletics check.
21.
So you're pulling on it, and it feels like it should come off, but it doesn't. It's almost like you can feel it literally pulling back on the wood that's attached to the wall, and then with like unnatural force, it just gets sucked back into place with your hands.
Magnets.
Magnets. Aliens.
Corn isn't a half arc at all.
Okay, so with the longsword that I bought at some point in time, can I wedge it behind the frame and try to pry it off?
The what?
Wedge it behind the frame and try to
longsword that I picked up somewhere.
Okay.
I attempt to use it to drive a wedge between the painting.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
11.
So you get it maybe a good like inch behind the wall, and you definitely start to wedge it, and with the leverage it's a lot easier. But as you're pulling back on it, there's that force once again that slams it back into the wall, and as such it slams the blade into the wall, and you just hear and the hilt falls as what's left of the blade that was behind the picture is gone.
Okay, very good, very good. I'll pick up the hilt.
Yeah, it's basically a broken longsword at this point. It's got maybe like a little bit of blade left, but definitely not a lot.
Is it long enough?
Very good.
Anything else you wanted to try with these pictures?
You know what? Fuck it. I will just take what remains of the sword and attempt to cut away the canvas following the inside of the frame.
Okay, make an athletics check.
8.
This time, you use the remnants of the blade, and not being sharp in any way now, you start to push against the frame, and you can see it's starting to crack ever so slightly, and you almost have it, and then the frame itself bends back into place, the crack is repaired, and there seems to be no push or give to what you have done to it.
Okay.
Is the music
I'll
Music's still playing as
I'll
well.
expend my last. What was that, sorry?
No, sorry, he was asking if the music's still playing.
Oh. Is the music still playing?
It is, yes.
It just abruptly stops.
Oh.
It just changes
to chase music.
Yeah.
I'll wander over to it and see if I can turn it off.
Okay, make an investigation check. You find the same trigger that I explained to Jacqueline before. It seems that stopping that would definitely stop the repeat of music and probably stop the whole flow, but you're trying to push your finger up against it, and it's just pushing against you with incredible force. If you found some way to either break it or wedge it into something else or stop it from rotating, then it would stop the music.
Is it just it's just sitting on top of this this desk table thing?
Yep, it's just on top of the table.
I pick it up.
Yep, you got it in your hand.
I carry it over to the staircase.
Okay.
And I just kind of drop it in.
Okay. You grab the music box, you hold it out, drop it, it splashes in, there's a bit of some water, it goes over the sides, just music continues to play.
Holy shit.
It is definitely muffled.
Jake's, are you still inside the house?
Okay, I guess I just turn back into a mouse and I leave.
Okay. So you go ahead and leave.
Well, if they didn't know we were there, they definitely do now.
So, Jacqueline, as you have left the building, you see a little mouse scurrying out after maybe about 5-10 more minutes. Pops out.
Shake my head and pick him up. I keep him in my hand this time.
And you go back to the group?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you uninvisible?
Once I get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you get there, everyone has been waiting patiently, and you round the corner, go in a little bit more, and turn off invisibility. Now you're all standing in the same area. With Mouse Karis in her palms.
Found anything?
I put Mouse Karis down.
Yep.
I scamper away.
Holy.
Mouse Karis has scampered away.
Are you sure that's Karis right there? Or is it just a random mouse?
Could not be.
Let's go. Don't step on
So we hear alarms and
I will not stop you from stepping on it.
So, you found anything inside?
It's definitely made to look like someone is home. Because there's a music box in there that is magically attuned? Magically rigged to constantly play music.
Okay.
There's also, I only checked one, but there's also something up with the paintings. At least one of them. Found a magic, what I can assume to be a magical sigil under one of them. And I didn't try to take it off. Did I try to take off the wall?
You would have tried, and in doing so, it wouldn't have moved from the wall.
Yeah. Well, possibly some of the paintings, if not all of them, are most likely magically, pressed up against the walls. For what reason, I do not know.
Maybe it's just want to have a perfect picture just hanging on the wall.
Other than that, there could be something hiding in this house. From what I saw, I didn't check everywhere. I didn't find anything.
You didn't check everywhere?
No, I did not go through all the doors, because...
Didn't go through a vast majority of the doors.
I did not go through that. I went through a few.
3,
Yeah.
4 maybe.
Yeah, that's a few. 3 to 5. I didn't find anything.
I feel like there's more to this place. During that guy's time, do you hear anything else in there? Like,
I had
you got that feeling it's just you in there?
Yeah, I got the feeling that we were alone. And the music box being magically rigged only reinforced that. For me, anyway. But again, I do not get out much.
What do you think, Gopher? Should we just go in now?
No, we can't go in.
It's definitely about like 3 to 4 o'clock by this point as well.
We should go sleep and we're going to infiltrate. We do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think we should re-enter a place we just got information on.
I guess.
Alright. So you guys go back to an inn to sleep, or while Felix goes back home to sleep?
I would probably go into an inn tonight.
Going into an inn tonight?
You said it was like 3 or 4. Is that in the morning? Or?
In the afternoon. So the sun's starting to set and
It's
stuff.
like day out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been awake for close to 12 hours. That's about it.
Felix was also recommend
It's been 10 hours.
we don't exactly all leave the alleyway together at the same time.
No, Mouse Karis is still scampered away. So.
Yeah. Like me and Gopher maybe go together and go find an inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we agree to meet back at the tower.
Okay. I'll go back to the orphanage.
You go back there. Jacqueline?
I'll actually follow Rex this time.
Okay, yeah. Go to the orphanage with him. Ryder will also follow you. Just because, why not? So Gopher and... okay, so Zakaris. What are you doing as Mouse Karis?
Did you
Once I'm out of my sight of them, I turn back.
Okay. And then what?
And then I just start walking back towards the inn. Storm, fuming, very, very mad.
Storm's Hollow. Alright. So you two are going to find a different inn, right?
Yes.
In the higher up district, towards the ports, or south? Because that'll depend on price range.
Probably not the high district.
Yeah, probably not the high district.
Probably not the port because we already stayed in it in that over there.
Yeah,
So
okay.
probably just the app.
So okay, so yeah, you find another inn. It's a lot less busy than Storm's Hollow. There's a few individuals here who seem to be completely gone, plastered, even at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
And there's a human man standing behind. He offers you a few rooms. They're just normal base level rooms. How many are you taking?
We
Yeah,
just
one would
room
fit
with
2 of you.
beds.
It would cost you about 5 silver for the night.
That's fine. I can cover that easily.
Yeah.
And you guys go to the orphanage once again, and they also let you stay as well, seeing as nothing seemed to have happened. The kids kind of keep their ways away from the tiefling woman and the elven man, being a little bit concerned on who they might be, and they kind of stick close to Rex. Zakaris, you just go to sleep back at Storm's Hollow?
I get a drink.
You get a drink.
That'll be 1 silver.
Yeah, so the Dwarven man, well, not sorry, the Dwarven man's gone. Seems to be like a replacement individual who seems to be running the bar now. It's a bit younger of a human, maybe in his mid to late teens. So he's probably about 19 or so. Sorry, not very good at this. What would you like to drink?
Whatever is the strongest drink you have.
He spends about a few minutes looking to try to find the drinks that are specific. There's one moment where you start to pour in the wrong kind. And goes, shit. No worries. And he goes over to the real hard stuff and hands you one. That runs you about a silver per cup.
I slam 4 silver down on.
Okay. Wow. All the same strong stuff, or
Yes, sir.
all right. And he gets you 4 more. He gives you 4 cups of the hard liquor.
I just sit there, mulling over what I've learned and drinking.
Okay. So with everyone getting to sleep, some of us drinking ourselves to sleep, and
What's that over?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you.
Already in the room.
I'm gonna say probably not the best.
Gopher has been now sober for over 24 hours without a drink. He's gonna start getting antsy.
Just about.
But you guys get a nice sleep in, long rest, the day passes, and something happens. But that'll come up in the next episode.
You fuckers.
The town's completely on fire.
Alright. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening. This has been fun. I'm so glad that we got to finally use this map, even if we didn't use it a lot. But I'm glad that I was able to at least do it and prepare it. So, in the next episode, potentially they'll be exploring the rest of the house.
And maybe combat.
Maybe other things. But
yeah, maybe other things too.
Everyone, thank you so much for listening, and we will get back to you on other Misrolled Adventures.
Ciao. Not yet.